Hello and welcome back to Middle Aged Gaming. Today we will be covering reboots. Are they mulligans or more than just that? Yeah, we don't
Hey,
know where Phil is, so
he
Korean's up in the
forgot to
comments.
wake up.
Yeah, we don't know. He's not here today, so it's just the two of us. So we're gonna try to survive as best we can. But yeah, I think stylistic changes. For instance, Resident Evil traditionally being a third-person shooter, going to first-person, not even really a shooter. I mean, there's shooting mechanics, but that's not the main point of it, right? It's uh, more of like a not even really puzzle solving anymore. It's more like a mystery game in a way, right? You're trying to figure out what's going on, trying to avoid
Yeah,
monsters. I feel like there's
I
fewer
mean,
zombies than there were in the original one. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. I haven't played it in forever, so
which one? The Resident Evil 7?
7.
Oh, 7. Well, so there is only the family, the bakers.
Yeah,
So that's what? Grandma, daddy,
the daughter, right?
the son, crazy. So, well, yeah, maybe 3 or 4 completely unkillable zombie who gonna piss you off the whole time.
Yeah,
And the first one, well, in the first one you have a lot of zombies. In the seventh, apart from the main cast, there's not. No, there is actually. I haven't played them in. But yeah, there's not a lot of just mobs.
yeah. There's not like the zombies wandering around
Mm.
or anything like that. You have, yeah, mostly just the family, and there aren't too many. You're not running around with like a shotgun blasting heads in like most of the time, right?
Only at the end, because if you play the Resident Evil as you usually do it, which means very conservative and keep every bullet and everything, when you arrive in the mine, you feel like Rambo. You know, you have so many weapons and ammunitions, and all. You're like, just come at me. That's the weather compared to the whole party in the house above ground. You're always thinking, no, I need to keep my herbs. I need to keep every single bullet for the boss, because the boss are really annoying, very unkillable. You know, they always revive. You have to kill them 7 times before
Mm,
they just fall into a coma just to come back later.
yeah, yeah, and then also the what was it because 7 was built with I think it was compatible with PlayStation VR, so I think I felt like the first person perspective was by design supposed to kind of bring it into more of a visceral experience, more about the. But I felt like it was designed with kind of that virtual reality in mind, So we're going less for the, here's a random jewel in the shape of a ruby, and then you see a statue and you put the ruby in the eye, and a wall opens up. It's not so much about that as much as it's about like experiencing kind of the ominous atmosphere and the pressure of, like I'm in the middle of all this. So
Actually,
yeah,
you're talking about Resident Evil. I think this is a very good series to make the difference between the soft reboot and the remake, because they
okay,
just did 2 and 3 as a
they
remake.
did, yeah.
And so you really see the difference between 2 and 3 and 7, which is really a very soft reboot.
Yeah, because 2 and 3 play much more like the originals, and I think are
Yeah,
quite a bit more action oriented and whatnot.
they they just changes a few things and it's much faster. But they're very fun. They're very fun. Even some people criticize that it's just too fast, because they are very fast. It's 10-15 hours to finish a remake. That's a lot of money for just 10-15 hours. But it's Resident Evil. It's based on great games. That you're
Yeah,
still okay with this. You can't do this with every franchise. That wouldn't work.
no, but it seems like a lot of franchises are doing that now with the remasters and the remakes. Fatal Frame is getting a new one.
Yeah.
They're remaking one of the new ones, which is a lot of like Dreadout, which is what I will be playing again on Monday. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, so Resident Evil 7, I think is probably a really good example of a reboot where you had a franchise that had kind of stagnated. The hardcore fans were always there, but the lore was getting really convoluted, and it started off and it was pretty simple. There's a virus. There's two viruses. What was it? The T virus and the G virus. Was that the other
T
one?
TNG, yeah,
I think
and
G was the zombie one and T was the tyrant one, right?
it was V after
Was it V?
Veronica one.
Oh yeah, Veronica.
Yeah.
And then they added in the slug things, and was that in Resident
Oh,
Evil
in
Zero? And then they add the
yeah.
La Plaga, and now they're at
Plagas, yeah,
yeah
the
they're at
parasites.
yeah they added parasites, and now they've added in was it
And
molds and
more, yeah, mold and parasites as well. Kadu.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
Uh,
it's just kind of like it's just getting really convoluted, and it's kind of like what how are these things if
in,
these things are everywhere, why is it that nobody's noticed them until now?
did you play number 8?
No, I haven't played 8.
Or imagine a zombie, but some guys had fun with it, and you have a mix between a zombie and a droid from Star Wars.
Oh, okay, so that's kind of like
Oh,
a
that's
Doom type
absolutely fun.
thing.
A mechanical zombie. At some point, they even look like Gundam.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean for
Some of the
mods?
zombies. Sorry.
As a mod or in the game?
No, in the game. In
Oh,
the game, one of the boss has kind of a metal ability, and he kind of tinkers with his zombies, and so put them his armor like zombie, but mechanical zombies. And seriously, they have jetpacks, and it's extremely fun and completely stupid. But Capcom, Capcom is extremely good to make very stupid stuff, but that's really really fun.
that sounds like
Oh, so
I
stupid.
wanted to play 8, but just so much stuff to play, so not enough time.
Agreed. I still haven't played Tales of Arise, and I still haven't finished Scarlet Nexus. I've been there months on it.